It's the beginning.
This is the beginning.
This is the beginning. Hi, Steve.
What's up? Hey, Steve.
Can we address him?
I think so.
Okay.
He's
good.
probably the only one who's going to see this.
That's for sure. So, Steve, I'm Siobhan.
I'm Tristan.
That's Tristan. And what we're going to do today is walk you through the 80s via my record collection and other things.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Movies, just things in the decade that really stand out to us that we think are cool, and we're going to share them all with you.
Yeah, so we're going to go from 80 to 89. Let's see if we can do this in one shot.
No 90.
No 90. It's
No.
not part of the 80s.
That'll be another vlog.
That we'll never do.
Maybe.
Okay, so we're starting with 1980. We're starting with 1980, and that's Baja's. And I just got this record today. And this is In the Flat Field. Really, really good record from Baja's. Goth rock classic. Can't go wrong. And then on the flip side of that, we have Elvis Costello, which I feel is really, really important for any 80s collection. And outside of that, just any music collection.
Yeah, for
Elvis
sure.
Costello.
No, Costello needs to be in there.
Just important.
Yeah.
Oh shit, that was. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then there's Killing Joke.
Which I believe we're on a 1981 now.
Nope. Yes, it is. So now it's 1981,
1 point.
and he has 1 point to symbolize 1981.
Yeah.
And the cool thing about Killing Joke is that they're going to offer me a segue, I believe. No, they won't. Never mind.
No segue.
No segue. But also, maybe you should check this record out. It's really dark. Maybe you're into that? I don't think you are.
Now, this one you've probably heard of because you're, Canadian. So we got Rush, Moving Pictures. So many good songs on this one. YYZ. I mean, that's kind of huge. Everybody owns this album. It's not necessarily the greatest thing to come out of 1981, but everybody knows this record.
I own this record, and I just hope that you don't tell anyone that I own this record because I don't want to ruin my punk rock cred.
It's true.
So just do me a favor.
We'll set this to private after we post it.
Okay, so continuing on 1981, am I right? No, we're on to 1982.
Oh.
Apparently that was the only thing that we could say about 1981.
It was kind of a bum year, actually, when we look at things we like. There was not a lot in 1981.
Although Killing Joke is really good. So 1982 was a really, really good year for The Clash, which means it's a good year for everyone because The Clash are so great.
The Clash are amazing.
Combat Rock,
Of
you can
course.
hold that. Really good. It's super
Mhm.
shiny. We should take the sleeves off of all these.
Okay, let's just do this right now. Oh, look, you can see it better.
There we go, Joe Strummer. Hi. And then this record that also came out in 82.
Mm-hmm.
And the cool thing that we can say about this record is that it's a live album that I guess they put out in 2008.
Yeah, 2008, they were actually able to restore the footage from this album.
And this was them opening for The Who.
One of my favorite bands.
And this is one of my favorite bands.
Would have been an amazing show to be at.
I can't believe that we missed it.
Yeah.
I wasn't even in the womb at that
Nope.
point.
I was 6 years out from being born.
Okay, so now we're on to
83.
This should be 83. Is it not?
It is 83.
83.
Biggest album from the Talking Heads. One of my personal favorites. Speaking in Tongues. Burning Down the House. Need I say more?
No, you shouldn't.
Oh, but it's such a good song. Crushing my musical inspirations.
Is that your inspiration?
For what I like.
Is that how you learned how to play the
For
xylophone
what I
so well?
like in the 80s, yes. Talking Heads, David Byrne, man's a genius. Or, he's not. That's really up to you.
It's really up for you to decide. But what is, in fact, undisputable is how good this record is. Now, you're thinking, that's just white. What is that? It's Baja's. Again, because I own a lot of Baja's. And when you're talking about the 80s, you can't avoid this, especially when you're in my apartment and you're going through my record shelf.
Yep.
I also feel like it's a really important thing to note that I was able to go through my shelf and pick out a record from every year of the 80s. Thank God.
Didn't leave a year out.
It was pretty easy, actually.
Yeah.
Except for 81.
We still found two.
That's true. And for me personally, 84 was a really, really good year of music. It really, well, I'll just show you. Check it out. Black Flag.
Shiny.
Henry Rollins. I hear Black Flag should not be shiny. I feel like Henry Rollins is
The opposite
shaking
of what
his
is
fist
shiny.
somewhere. Damage. Such a good record. This had Six Pack and TV Parties. This is a really, really big record for them. I believe it's actually the first record that Henry Rollins is the official vocalist on it. And I hope this does something for you, Steve. It's continuing on 1984.
Still 1984. I think this will do something for you.
This is super cool, so I'm going to have to take it out of the... So this is Shel Silverstein's Where the Sidewalk Ends on picture disc. And Shel Silverstein is an absolute madman, and he did all the illustrations for it. I'm sure you know the book. I really hope that you do. If you don't...
Shame on you.
First of all, you're a psychopath. Secondly, go do yourself a favor and find it. And, yeah, 84, man. So good.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Are we still in 84?
This is New Order, and this is the beginning of 1985.
Oh, halfway through.
I know.
Wow.
That was really quick.
Yeah.
We probably should have done a better job. Honestly, we thought this was going to be a really good idea. New Order. Again, I don't know if you know anything about New Order, but goth rock heroes. Important. Do you like synthesizers? If you don't, try it on.
We shouldn't be friends if you don't like synthesizers.
That's true. Is that the same for you?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Progressive rock guy.
Oh, of course. Of course. And something that is completely different from everything else. We're going right to 1986.
All right.
With my man, Stevie Ray Vaughan. Look at this.
Bet you didn't see that coming.
No.
The music that's preceded this record, this is right out of left field.
And it's SRV, the man, the king of the puffy shirts. So good. Taken from us too soon. This is a double live album, Double Trouble. Great backing band. Had his brother, Jimmy. Jimmy. And because sorry, continue.
I was going to say, no possible piece about the 80s could be complete without talking about the movie, which we don't have, but we do have the next best thing. We have the soundtrack to Top Gun.
Yep, 1986 still on that tip. Look at this jawline. Oh
yeah.
My God.
Who doesn't remember taking their first trip into the danger zone? Like, really?
I actually don't remember that.
Wow, you really haven't lived.
Is that the soundtrack?
Poser.
So now we're on to the year of my birth, 1987. And 3 really cool things came out of this year. The first being this Judas Priest record, which is super rad. I think I got this, look, $10. That's amazing.
I love that cover.
But you know what? The pastel drawing on the inside is far superior to this cover. Another cool thing about 1987, which I can't really show you because it's over there, but is The Princess Bride. Amazing. The movie, anyways.
Yes.
Came out in 87. It's very important, and it shows the diversity of me as a young woman, Judas Priest, to The Princess Bride, and obviously the last thing that came out of 87, which I feel is so important to the rock and roll movement, is me.
You can't dispute that. That's a proven scientific fact.
Come on. Okay, so I believe that we are on to 88 now.
Which is the year of my birth. I don't know if I'm, completely integral to the rock and roll scene, but I'd like to think I'm part of it. 88 was the year of one of my favorite childhood movies, which would be the quote from the poster, rock and roll animated adventure, that was Transformers the movie. Now, I don't have my life-size Optimus Prime figure on me because it's far too big for me to take with me everywhere, but it's there.
He's always trying to take it with him everywhere.
I would have it in this room, but it's too small a room.
Mm-hmm. It is.
Shaped me as a young man.
Shaped me as a young man as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, whatever.
Good times.
Also from 88, just to take something off the shelf, is the Sugar Cubes. And if you don't know this band, that's totally cool. Because a lot of people don't. They only released 2 records. But this is Bjork's first band. Back in Iceland. Back in the motherland. It's a really good album. It only had 1 single. And this takes us to 1989.
Is it 89 already?
It is 89 already. God. And we're nearly going on to 10 minutes.
Wow.
And this is a really, really important year for me musically. I don't know. How do you feel about 89?
89 was pretty good.
Did it do anything for you? Is there any standout albums?
89, off the top of my head, I'm going to say no. Okay. I know that there is.
There are good records.
There are good records.
And you know what? I have two examples of that.
2 examples.
Take the sleeve off. First, Nirvana's Bleach. So good. Look at that. Dave Grohl isn't even on this record.
Nope.
Not even on it. But amazing. Sub Pop.
A lot of people
good.
think of them as such a 90s band, but you know what?
Their first record.
Yeah.
89. True thing. And Operation Ivy. You may not know Operation Ivy, but most of this band, about 80% of this band, went on to become the band Rancid, which are so good. I love them.
So punk.
So punk.
So
important. Yeah. Thanks for letting me dominate this.
Yeah, no problem.
I really appreciate that.
Well, no, because I had notes, but they're gone.
That sucks.
Yeah.
Okay, Steve. Well, thank you for taking a trip with us through the 80s. We should star swipe there.
Oh, sorry. Starwipe.
And maybe you like some of these bands. Maybe you've never heard any of them. Maybe you know one and then want to figure out what all of the other ones are, and that's what Google's for.
Exactly. It's stuff to discover, stuff to go, nah, I don't need to see that. But
Yeah.
maybe some stuff that, hey, take
I'll
a
never
chance.
care about that.
Yeah, but
What
take
were
a
they
chance.
thinking?
You won't know until you try.
Try one. Try one record.
Just one.
That's all I care about.
And watch Transformers.
I'm sure he has.
I'm sure he probably has to. Yeah.
He probably has like a hidden Transformers tattoo on him that we don't know about.
God, I hope it's a Decepticon logo.
I also hope that.
And
Steve.
have a good one.
Peace.